Hello, friend. Here we are, gate 37, as we walk around the mandala. This gate is the gate of friendship, and it is the gate of family. So if you see here, this is where it lies in the Rapa mandala. It sits right here in the body graph. And it sits in the solar plex. It's in the quarter of initiation. This gate is very communal. So when your power is recognized by others, you can hold both a family and a community together with your warmth. It is about family. It is about friendship. The 37th gate is actually correlated to the mouth. And that gate is all about, really planning, gathering, and preparing food. So what you'll notice, and especially if you have the 3740, that channel of community, preparing food is like a cornerstone in your life. Gathering your tribe, feeding your tribe. And, as you watch here so it goes from the 19 to the 55, from the 37 to the 40, and there's a stream that takes place there. And that stream really it's about bonding. It is about revolution. It is about, the material needs of food, shelter, water. It also holds an energy of that spirit abundance because it's flowing through the solar plex, and the 55th gate permeates throughout that. So, these are just a few of the properties found in that tribal energy, even though the 55th gate is individual. That spirit is what is held within the solar plex. And because the tribe, your family, the friendships, the tribe is about the material plane. If you notice here, and this is something that's going to come down the road, but the tribal circuitry, so we have 54, 32, 44, 26, 21, 45, and then we have the 19, 49, 37, 40. They flow, all of that flows through the willpower. So willpower is not collective. Willpower is actually tribal and individual. And willpower really is the whole basis of our material plane. Now, controversy, of course, the ego mind is what people say, that nasty voice in our heads. In human design speak, we call that the not self. Because the ego is actually built into our designs. We are on this material plane. Food is material. To have shelter, it's material. And when we work together as a tribe and we honor Mother Nature and allow her to nourish us in this 27th gate, it's all about nourishment. So the 2750, the 59-6, that's our defense, and that's all about, the procreation and taking care of our young ones. And this is also tribal. So family and friends, that's nourishing that community, that bond. And something to really grasp is that the 37th gate is going to have this underlying chemistry that ratchets up and brings you up and then crashes. It's called the emotional wave. And something that equips people that have the emotional wave. So if the solar plex in similar to this picture, if it is defined in your chart, what that means is that you're either, you can be a generator, manifesting generator, a projector, or a manifester. And whatever type you are, you're waiting to come to an emotional clarity based off of having a reading throughout your body, which we call clarity, as to where you are on this wave. But in the tribal sense, this wave ratchets, and it's like little tiny, like how I call it, I call it a parasite. I live on a cattle ranch, and lice are something that our cattle get, and it's like this little thing under the skin that just itches you the wrong way. Just itches you the wrong way, right? Well, I guess the lice really aren't under the skin; they're on the skin, but it just itches you the wrong way. And that ratcheting, that's kind of similar to just itching you the wrong way. And what takes place is that it ratchets up, all these small little things build, and then all of a sudden, poof, it explodes at the top. You explode on your family and friends, and then you come back down. So one thing that we teach in human design is, allow your body to be touched. So that instead of all these huge, these little tiny ratchets and then the massive explosion, every time you ratchet up, if there's some touch happening in your life, if it's a husband touching you, or one of your kids, or a dog, or your partner, or you go for a massage, or you get your hair done, it's just that little bit of, So here's what I just saw in my head. I don't know if any of you watch Cesar Millan. He is a dog trainer. I don't watch him often, but one thing he does to snap an animal out of their really focused, say if they're really anxious or they're barking or whatever it is, he touches them. And it kind of makes them come back to the now. Instead of being all worked up about whatever they're worked up about. And it brings them right back. So that little bit of a touch, he just touches them. And it makes them go, what? To look around and go, oh, was that really annoying me? Or was that really pissing me off? And you kind of go, okay, well, where am I? How do I feel about this? So really, that's what the touch does. And you don't want to become the wave. You want to just ride the wave. So this 37th gate, yes, I kind of went all over the board there. It's communal. Family, friends. If you have it, community is, an important part of your design. Now, if it's the not self, if you don't have it, there's a fear of traditional roles that lies in here. And if you're letting the not self mind make decisions for you, and you're not following strategy and authority, all of a sudden there is this nervousness around traditional roles. I don't have the 37 in my design. Actually, this is my solar plex. But I do have the 40th gate, and it's pointing down towards this 37th gate. And here's what's really funny. I remember it was grade 7, and I was going to a volleyball tournament. And we had just pulled up in front of, the whole team was just in front of the school. We were all loading up into the car, and one of the players, she forgot something, and she had to run back in the school. And I don't know how we even got on this subject, but somehow the subject came up about marriage and kids. And I just knew right there, I'm not getting married, and I'm not having children. what I love about that is that my not self mind, I didn't let it pull me off my knowing. I have a man that I've lived with now. We are almost to our 27th year of being together, but we're not married, and we don't have any children. And I knew that. And I am so grateful that I trusted my knowing, trusted my gut, and I didn't let my not self convince me that I needed to get married or convince me that I needed to have children. And I had, that conversation was something that my husband and I had within the first 3 weeks of us being together, and I was quite young, and I knew these things, and he was okay with it. And I am grateful that I didn't let my not self create unhealthy stories and give me the shoulda, woulda, coulda, and have me feel guilty that I didn't have children or that we've never got married. And I appreciate that my knowing knew that. But it can be tough for other people, right? Some people might cave to this because the not self is conditioning them so highly. So that's why I believe that human design is, it's so critical. And I'm not saying that just because you don't have the 37th gate, that you're not going to have children. That's not what I'm saying. Actually, there's numerous pieces in my design that indicate that children and a marriage it's not for me. It's not, I don't hold it in my energetic. So the children piece really is this 59-6. That's where we procreate. And that marriage bond is in that 1949. And as you can see, totally, there's nothing there. And I didn't cave to the not self. It wasn't for me. It wasn't a destined path. So if anything in human design intrigues you, definitely contact me. I'd love to create a coaching package that's just individual for you. All right. Thank you again for watching, and take care.